fever taking over, it's burning. You're so stuck in your head, think I'm leaving. In your mind I know that you're hurting, that I'll be there, yes I'll be there. You and I, we can fly anywhere you wanna go. Find a place we can hide, we can make it on our own. Go along for the ride, to the stars just follow. You and I, side by side, dancing in your halo. Dancing in your head. just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's
Check 1, 2. I think I'm loud. Should be on.
Am I down? I can hear a little. Check. Sibilance.
Good with that?
Right now, John Fogerty's a little loud in my ear, right? But
Yeah. That'll probably come down a little bit.
we'll make them hard.
Well, good morning to everybody that's in the building. Welcome to day 2 of Dawn of the Derby 2025. I am Johnny Pepper. Yeah. I just talk.
Yeah, we're red line. That's red line.
What are we doing over here? Huh?
Check.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm not running anything but my mouth, you know what I'm saying?
Testing.
One more time, everybody that's in the building, thank you for coming to Dawn of the Derby 2025. Day 2. This next game is going to feature the Concussion versus Pittsburgh Roller Derby. Our fabulous hosts for this tournament. Sure.
Get your coffee, get your breakfast food, get ready for Derby.
Right? You ready? You ready, Chuck?
I'm ready.
You want to do some things? You want me to go first? You want to go first? Okay.
I'll introduce Concussion and then you can announce the home.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like an Uber plan.
Uber.
Yeah, because they throw me out this morning.
So you didn't have to hitchhike, but that's
I didn't have to hitchhike, but I just barely made it in the building on time. As you were saying?
what are your put on area?
Oh, I don't know. Out there? Now we're live. Oh, welcome everybody that's watching on the stream. This is Dawn of the Derby 2025. I am Johnny Pepper.
And I'm Truck Norris.
Who's skating for the Concussion there?
Well, today for a Concussion roller derby, we have number 12, Tommy Gunn, number 13, Photobomb, 1337, The Riot, 16, Juke, 160, Guys Sir, 17, Frank Blood, 23, Showtime, 24, Beans, 27, Cougar Bait, number 357, Demolition Man, 401, Tarantula, 42, Grimes, 60, Loose Wheel, 82, Topher Griffin, 88, Trickster, 142, Psycho, and 101, Brake Check.
Cool.
And I apologize for the question mark on Brake Check. It's just that the number appeared in the correct order.
That's okay. I caught the inflection. Skating for the Pittsburgh Roller Derby, the Pittsburgh Undead. We got 05, Hurricane Heather. Number 12, Zora. Number 12, 13, Brutal. Number 172, Jackson. Number 185, Slingin' Grits. Number 21, Dangle Sauce. Number 30, On Record. Number 47, Mike Poncho. Number 55, Bigfoot. Number 585, Rad. Number 66, Hebrew. Number 68, KY Jelly. Number 814, Lemon. Number 9, Pitbull Buzzer. Number 96, Shaggy. Number 45, Force Bump. And 5, Nemesis. Also want to give a bunch of love to our officials out there. You want to recap?
Would love to. Today officiating this game, we have Eggs Benedict, Scarbuck, Eggs Benedict again, so good we say it twice. Muffin, Jam Burglar, Robin Daggers, Headcase, Say Your Name, Sin, Maul, Margie Ram, Guinness, Epi, Helativity, Filet Official, Stonasty, and Thriller.
Awesome. We got all that stuff out of the way, and we still got 43 seconds to Derby.
And today we have an announcer cam too, so they may even cut to us some point.
You think so?
They might.
I don't think they should be putting me on TV, but maybe you.
Donnie, you ever get the feeling that you're being watched?
People, somebody's watching me. I dig it. Did you have fun at dinner last night?
We did. We went to Smoking Bones right next to our hotel. The good old school. How about yourself?
You got a gift last night at dinner. That's what I was alluding to.
Oh,
That was awesome.
yeah. So like my friends and league mates presented me with a cheese board with like all these great utensils and like little dishes and stuff. And so I'm ready for a charcuterie.
Hope it makes it home safely.
Oh, it will.
And I can't wait for the charcuterie party. Ah, all right, Derby's almost imminent. Coming up in the first jam, we got Griffith wearing the star for Concussion. Zor's going to be jamming for Pittsburgh over Derby. Once we get started, it looks like everybody's in place. We're back on schedule after yesterday's nearly 45-minute late thing.
Yep.
I love being back on schedule.
Well, and fingers crossed.
We'll stay that way all the way. Yes.
I do not want to be late for the after party.
After party at 814 Lanes.
That's the one.
Man, you need to check that out.
Bowling, beer, and treats, snacks.
What's your highest bowling game ever?
10 pin. I think probably around 280.
Okay.
I used to bowl a lot when I was younger. I'm from the Northeast New England. There's a couple different formats of bowling up there. There's this one called candle pin.
Yes, I know about Candlepin.
The pins are very thin, and you don't get the big impressive strikes or scores to that's a more about strategy and precision.
Ball's a little too.
Yeah, it's hardly the size of a shot plate. You can basically throw it down the ball.
Fun fact, Johnny Pepper has 9 sanctioned 300 games.
Did not.
We are underway. Back to the Derby. Griffith up front and the lead. Zoe's working hard trying to get through that pack. Takes a Derby kiss to the infield from number 13. That's photobomb. Topher Griffith picking up 4 points on that last pass. What's going on in the bottom of the pack there? Truck? I was trying to get you in there.
That's like,
I've never been thrown to before. What do I do?
just solid wall work by Concussion. So,
I anticipate that
come on, tell.
Pittsburgh is going to be playing better defense while they're playing with the concussion. I believe that you get better as you play with better people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the steel sharpens steel.
Absolutely. We got a star pass, and that star pass is followed by 4 whistles that bring that jam to a close. 12 points to the concussion on that jam.
As Dozer approached, Griffin called up.
I've got a theory that when a star pass happens, 4 whistles are automatically triggered.
And lining up for the Undead, Shaggy. Guy Sir for Concussion. And I think Guy Sir just caught a flag.
He had a same pair of socks on yesterday, but the different feet. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe they're lucky socks.
I think maybe the pair got switched, and the pair he had on yesterday, and this pair is on today. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm hoping they're just drying.
Shaggy is clear on the initial as Geiser comes up on a scoring pass.
Geiser looks over to the bench. They signal the caller. You can plow.
2 jams in the book. Concussion out to a 17-0 lead. 27:40 left to go in this first half. Home wrecker. My buddy Omi. We're in the star 4. Undead. Grimes, the jammer record for the concussion when we start jam 3.
What's happening?
Roller derby's happening. Oh my. Grimes getting stopped for a little bit as my Omi grabs lead jammer status.
But
Omi, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say Grimes has those long legs and close to the gap.
Close to fast. Omi knew what he was doing. He backed up and right into the pack and called it. Picking up 1 point in the process.
And going into Jam 4, we'll have Bigfoots for the Undead and the Riot for Concussion.
The Concussion hosting champs this year.
That's going to be fun. I hope to note that.
And look at that. 2 in a row for Pittsburgh as Bigfoot takes the lead.
It has to be those UFO socks.
That's what it,
After the Bigfoot socks yesterday, I had to look and see what.
there's aliens on them. My eyes are bad. I can just see a flash of green. But Bigfoot's off to the box, so that's a Power Jam Riot.
Track cut call on Bigfoot there. Concussion will look to make the most of this power jam.
The Riot with 4 points in the pocket, looking to add a little more. We got a back block call. The Ginger Jesus off to the Bucks. Yes. That's what I was told. In fact, my THA told me. So I know it's true. Riot getting stymied a little bit by that Pittsburgh defense. Bigfoot out of the box and into the fray, picking up 4 points on that pass.
This jam's going to go the full 2 minutes, so everyone will be looking to pick up points.
First 2-minute jam of the game.
Ginger Jesus back on the tracks.
Yes. Ah,
So if there were to be a star pass, so we would say Ginger Jesus took the wheel.
took the wheel. I would go with that. One blocker for the Concussion in the skate free or die penalty box. Bigfoot coming up on a scoring pass, but runs into that tripod of white shirts in the back of the bag.
Both sets of blockers just been stifling past 30 seconds.
2-minute jam ends. 12 points to both teams. 33-16. I was a little bit quick on that. It was 16 to the Concussion, 14 to Pittsburgh. 33-16 with 24 minutes left to go in the first frame.
Great jam for Pittsburgh to get some points on the board. Pick up some momentum.
Absolutely. Momentum is important in a game like this.
Great check. And down goes Oz.
Break check with that explosive energy right off the jam line. Gets out front, declared lead. Pittsburgh's going to lose a blocker to the skate free or die penalty box. Dangle Sauce clear on the initial and forces that call off. Break check takes the 4 points and goes back to the bench.
Both teams will start down the skater. Seeing Zora for the Undead and Griffin for Concussion.
If you got a star on your head, you'd like to see a little fin pack, so you don't really have to skate around all them people.
You don't want to see daylight.
Jam 6 underway. Zora wearing the star for Pittsburgh. Topher Griffith, the jammer record 4. The Concussion is out front and lead. Zora does get clear of that initial. Topher Griffiths realizes that and calls it off. That's just a good track awareness.
For sure. Zora had cleared the path. No more points were to be had for October.
Still got 22 minutes left to go in this first frame.
Shaggy for the Undead, guys served for Concussion. Each camera was jogging for position there before the start. Guys picks up lead.
I believe in the power of those socks.
It's got to be the socks.
Nice little apex jumper right there by Geyser.
I'm sure at some point we'll see the battle of the socks. We'll have guys serve.
No. Pittsburgh's going to lose a blocker to the Rocks. That's Shaggy. Going to the skate for your die penalty box.
I was on the track cut.
Yes.
Initially came up in the direction, and I was very confused, and that's why I was just thanks again.
That's okay.
It's not that it's impossible; it's just improbable.
I got you. Geyser working against that tripod at the front. Makes it through for another 4. That's 16 in the pocket with 30 seconds left in the jam if Geyser decides to use it. Tarantula called for an infraction, goes to the skate for your die penalty box. And that jam is over. 20 points for the concussion in that jam.
I think we'll see
3 more?
24.
4 more? Johnny's just being too quick. 24 points to the concussion on that jam. Nice. Still got 19 and a half minutes to go. Grimes and Jammer record for the concussion going up against Wrecker.
Grimes was hoping to.
Wrecker says, I'm not falling for this.
Everyone needed a break here, so just
oh, the good old recycle. Let's see how far we can make them go back. And the hot tub time machine is over with, and we are back to roller derby. Concussion has the set up at front of the pack, holding Omi at bay. Grimes does get through, grabbing that lead jammer status in the process. Omi clear on the initial as Grimes goes ahead and calls it off. Looking for the fingers. Referees are getting together.
I know. Looks like 3 points.
3! Because I can see them. 72-16, 18 minutes left to go in the first frame.
The Riot for concussion. Bigfoot for the Undead. Both jammers leap out of the pack. Concussion with lead on this jam. The Riot looks to the bench. Bench says, that's enough. 0-0 jam. As Damage said yesterday, that pointless jam was not pointless.
There are no pointless jams. It has good vibes in it, even if it's not, because it's roller derby.
Some of the most fast and intense jams I've like watched have been 0-0 jams.
You know, defense is defense. You know what I'm saying? Well, Braycheck doesn't know any defense because out front and lead. Bigfoot in pursuit.
Bigfoot out for 2 in a row.
Both jammers exchanging hits in their way back to the pack. Big hit. That was Tommy Gunn, aka Ginger Jesus.
Well, KY Jelly laid Jesus flat,
Woo!
but helped him up.
KY, one of our fellow announcers.
It's true.
Absolutely.
We knock down our opponents, but we pick up our friends. Like to see that.
Yes, we do. Way to go, KY. When you watch it back later, you know Johnny Pepper was thinking about you, brother. All right, going into jam number 11, we got Dangle Sauce wearing the star for Pittsburgh. Topher Griffith, the jammer record for Concussion.
At that start there, both sets of blockers drew back trying to catch the jammers in the quicksand.
Griffin coming up on the pack on a scoring pass. Does get through, but not clean. Has to recycle.
Dangle Sauce out of the pack. Looking to make a scoring pass.
Shout out to all the packets back home watching. You get it?
The sauce.
Yes,
So
exactly.
he's the sauce boss.
Yes. Isn't that cool? 76-16.
But do the packets think it's cool?
Absolutely. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't matter. They don't have a mic.
They don't have a say so. We got Juke wearing the star for the Concussion going up against Zora. Pack starts to get spread out. They're going to have to get back together.
Zora there, hoping her own cause.
That's Guy, sir, not Juke.
I thought it said that, sir.
I said Juke because I was looking at the scoreboard and not the socks.
And Zora picks up lead jam. Guy, sir, has made the initial. Bodies hit the floor, and Zora calls off the jam.
Referees conferring, having a little meeting.
Concussion's coach is in the middle. Not sure if they're gonna just wait for the clock to wind.
Yeah, if the right number of fingers don't go up, I anticipate it looks like 3 points.
Yes, 3 points for Pittsburgh on that.
And so we're going to go ahead and take an official timeout for a little track maintenance. Want to give some love to all our track maintenance people. Also want to give the love to Bruce Boutique since 2008. Skater owned and operated. Bruce Boutique, super knowledgeable, friendly staff. Have been taking care of skaters worldwide. And this official timeout is going to morph into an official review. Is that what I'm saying?
Yes, I saw the signal. I'm not sure.
And I'm going to go back to my original ad. Bruce Boutique since 2008. Skater owned and operated. Bruce Boutique, super knowledgeable, friendly staff of current and former Derby players have been outfitting skaters with the best skates and gear for their budget. With 16 years of experience, Bruce Boutique offers unmatched expertise in custom skate builds, even converting your favorite pair of sneakers and boots to roller skates. Check out Bruce Boutique and save 10% off regularly priced items in the shop and online at bruceboutique.com with the code PITT10. You got any shout outs you want to do? Anybody back home you want to say hi to?
Well, I want to say hi to my league, Casco Bay Roller Derby. I'm sure any number of them are enjoying their coffee watching this first game today. So shout outs to the captains, my baby daddy and Hershey dad,
Cool, cool.
and they'll be running practice tonight. And I won't have to yell or blow a whistle. I'm looking forward to that.
It's kind of like maybe an off day for you, huh?
It is. Is it? I'm announcing these first two games, and then I have the rest of the day off to just watch Derby.
Sweet. I'm gonna be here watching Derby today. I do have 2 games to work today,
Nice.
besides this first one that I almost didn't make. Thank you, Lift.
Trying to challenge the Denver points. There was a late foot call that was not really, and then as the jammer is still on points, then Chelsea points. Points were awarded an error. Hope they're going to enforce it back on not retain.
Gotcha. Go ahead. Tell them what skinny is there, Chuck.
The official review called by Concussion was disputing the points that were awarded to Pittsburgh on that last jam. A late track cut was assessed, but the points will stand, so they will not retain their official review.
That dot stays gone. It didn't turn into a plus sign. Meanwhile, Grimes out there on the track, grabbing lead jammer status with 4 points in the pocket, looking to get a little more. Lays a big hit down on Pit Bulldozer. 8 points in the pocket, looking to get a little more. Grimes pushing that tripod. Does get through.
And Zor there followed B-Rad into the pack as they both exited the penalty box, creating the opportunity for Zor to make the pass.
Grimes uses some speed to get through the back on that one.
But Pittsburgh picks up 1.
That's how you catch up. Chipping away. Concussion with 16 points on that jam. 8 points away from filling their first bucket.
It's true. All about the Benjamins.
Absolutely.
Shaggy for the Undead, the Riot for Concussion.
Jam number 14 is going to find Shaggy grabbing lead jammer status. The Riot clear on the initial, not that far behind. Maybe a quarter track. The length from the pivot line to the jam line. That gap has closed. The Riot with 1 to beat. That's KY Jelly and does. So the Riot wins that race through the pack.
Yeah, stretch out that pack. Couldn't hold any longer. Had to let it go.
Shaggy tried to make a little apex hop and gets nailed to the infield and goes ahead and calls it off. Picks up 3 points in the process. 96-23 with 11:30 left to go in this first frame.
With Break Check and Omrecker on the line, this should be an exciting jam. Both have great speed and agility.
The 5-second call, and everybody that was at the pivot line went to the jam line. Both jammers getting knocked out.
Anticipating that 5-second call, so for that quick drop out, it's so pivotal to setting up your defensive play.
Break check, pushing, and does get through. Direction call? We're going to lose somebody to the skate free or die penalty box. Looks like we're going to lose 2. As break check calls it off. It's going to be a thin pack for Pittsburgh when we start jam 16. Bigfoot's going to go ahead and wear the star for the Undead. Topher Griffith, the jammer record for the Concussion.
It is the Undead, no question mark.
So our awesome TAJ Pinky has been driving me around in her vehicle with the Undead Waze on her phone. What happened there? They started the jam and then they called it off.
Well, Griffin made their way through the pack. Bigfoot just followed right behind, and They're not quite a mulligan.
I thought somebody said car and they stopped and they're going to come back and play again. Game on. Game on.
But Bigfoot double dipping, taking on Geyser.
I wonder how many players are going to put on the board for Geyser today. That's like 3.
I'm just hoping I don't mistakenly call him Sir Guy, who is a skater for
I totally get that, and I'm okay if you do, because I did it yesterday on purpose just so Pinky wouldn't do it
awesome.
repeatedly.
That's how you break the curse.
Absolutely. The announcer curse in full well force today. Geyser with 8 points in the pocket. Goes around the outside, takes a little derby kiss. Recycles all the way back to the jammer line. Bigfoot with a lot of work to get through. And Geyser says, thank you for the work, and we'll just go ahead and stop now.
I got mine, none for you.
11 points for the concussion. That makes their total 111. Still got 8.5 minutes to go in this first frame.
And it'll be dangle sauce for the undead and Grimes for concussion. With the concussion or just concussion?
You can say concussion roller derby.
Just concussion.
All the way from Lane County, I might add.
That's a haul.
That is a haul.
Hey, we know you're jet lagged, but here's the 9 a.m. game on Sunday.
Yeah, you know, I'm all for it. I had enough excitement this morning already.
Now, you did cancel the
Yes, I did cancel it. I almost didn't cancel it so I could just wait for them to do it and then just say, no, I don't need that anymore. But yeah, I went ahead and canceled it. Thank you, Lyft, for not running your app real properly. You'd think if you schedule a ride for 7:15 in the morning, 2 mornings in a row, they'd figure it out, but they're not that smart.
not necessarily.
No.
All right, Zora for the undead, the riot for concussion.
Riot just bulldozing through that pack. Grabs lead jammer status. Going into turn 1. Zora with 1 to beat does. And the Riot looks and says, you know what? Let's go ahead and call this off. Let's do the 4 and out thing.
Yeah, just there, the waiting is, get as much time off that penalty as possible before calling the jam.
6:30 left to go in this first frame. Shaggy's going to don that star for the undead. Break check the jammer record for the concussion.
Break check checks with Beans on how they want this to play out on the whistle.
Nice work to get through that. Just the explosiveness on break check. No earned pass. That's going to give Shaggy lead jammer status. Break check, not the lead jammer, but the jammer in the lead. Does a little apex jump to pick up those 4 points. Shaggy says, I can do that too. And makes a good jump for a 4 as well. Break check with that explosive speed, gets back up and through that pack for another 4. Four whistles are going to rain down and bring that jam to a close. Looks like 2 additional points.
8 for concussion, 6 for Pittsburgh roller derby on that jam. Topher Griffin for concussion. Homewrecker for the undead. Both sets of blockers set up at the jam line that time. And Topher Griffin picks up lead jam, making their scoring pass.
Pittsburgh loses 2 blockers to the skate free or die penalty box.
Yep, Slinging Grits and KY.
The super pivot KY, I might add.
Das Uber Pit.
Uba pivot. Skate free or die penalty box getting a lot of trade today. We'll talk a little more about them in just a few minutes.
Trickster says the direction of gameplay penalty for concussion almost took the long way.
Almost.
Those days are past. You can
Yes.
go either way. You know.
Well, that jam is over with. Concussion pick up 16 points. 3.5 minutes to go in the first frame.
We have the battle of the socks. Guys, sir, with the green. Bigfoot with the UFO. And we have an official timeout.
Like I said before, skate free or die. Proud sponsor of our penalty box. Skate free or die. It's the Northeast's newest print, cut, and sew jersey manufacturer. They're dedicated to providing you the highest quality, best fitted, correctly printed roller derby apparel in a very timely manner. Your team is always available to work with their customers to provide you exactly what you need. Visit them today at skatefreeordie.store to learn more about how they can create your own custom scrimmage jersey options.
I'm wearing one of their jerseys right now.
Awesome.
Touch a little bit quality.
Ooh. And the stitching, triple stitched. I dig it.
They're not.
Well, Bigfoot's out front. Geiser like right behind. Ooh, Geiser goes to the inside, hops that apex.
Guys, sir, goes boing.
And we got a skater down on the backstretch. I want to give a shout out to Team New York. Open Gender Team New York is a collective of skaters, coaches, referees, NSOs, announcers, and photographers representing WFTDA, MRDA, and USARS leagues across New York State. Several Open Gender Team New York members are participating here at Dawn this weekend. Make sure to check out their merch online by visit the link tree provided in the program. Purchasing merchandise helps support the team in their ongoing efforts to promote inclusivity and diversity in roller derby.
Love seeing more open gender teams coming up and start skating. More fun for everyone.
I like to see all the love between the organizations
Oh, definitely.
because I love roller derby. I don't care what rule set we skate under. I don't care what rules we use.
No, I love watching the bank track. Love watching.
I just love roller derby. If you got people on skates trying to beat each other in a race, I'm there for it. And it looks like
Captain's in the A's in the middle.
I was going to speculate wildly a little bit.
This is Pittsburgh's official review.
Let's see if that dot turns into a plus sign or if it just goes away.
Hopefully they'll let us know either way what.
Muffet's coming to tell us now.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Johnny. What's the deal there, Chuck?
The last year there was like 4 injuries, so we'll have to sit for at least the game.
Yeah.
It's better. The protecting. Right?
Yeah, I hear that coming.
Seems a little loud.
I don't know where that's coming from. I think it's your microphone.
It finally started working. People can hear me now. I've taken the potatoes out of my mouth, which was the problem yesterday, but I love potatoes.
You know, potatoes are good.
But it's better to ensure the safety of the skaters than to let them continue.
That almost got out of hand.
Yeah,
It's a good thing I'm quick on that, bud.
quick like a ninja.
A ninja. Oh. You know, 3 or more zebras gathered together are called a dazzle.
And now every other different animal grouping, I've instantly forgotten what they are. My mind gets blank. Is it a flamingo? That's a dazzle?
No,
No,
just zebras.
no, just zebras.
Yeah,
Well, I thought a group of flamingos was also had a special name.
it might be.
If only we like carried like supercomputers in our pockets.
Yes. I'm sure somebody in the chat will let us know real quick.
True. We got to get the extra iPad out so you can like,
Shout out to all the people that are watching this early in the morning.
unless you're critical of us, and then no.
Well,
That's not-
you know what? I love those kind of people too. It takes all kinds. And my job is to promote love throughout the roller derby world,
Okay, we'll love everybody,
even the ones that hate us.
especially because that annoys them terribly.
I love the haters, but I love my fans too. We're going to call it the no call stance. And Grimes out front and lead.
And at official review, Pittsburgh was looking for an egregious high block. That was that was not found. Contact was to the shoulder, and Pittsburgh will not retain their official review.
So both teams lose their review in the half. They'll get another one in the second half.
It's true. We'll see what they do with those.
Grimes with 4 points in the pocket adds another 4. Pittsburgh's going to lose their pivot to the skate free or die penalty box.
And with a quick star stash, Dangle Sauce makes the way through the pack.
Grimes says that's enough. Calls it. Still a little under 2 minutes to go in this first frame. The Riot's going to don that star for Concussion.
Beans directing traffic for Concussion.
Zora's going to be the jammer record for the Undead. Pack splits up. Concussion takes over the back. Undead at the front. The Undead come in and try to make holes. It's just a total scrum right now.
Quorum calls on the Riot gives Pittsburgh the power down.
Loose and Tommy Gunn playing that defense for the Concussion. Holding Zora at bay. Tommy Gunn with a derby kiss to the infield. Zora recycles. A hop, a skip, and a jump, and a grab lead jammer status for Zora.
When you say lead was earned,
That was super earned. And if it was me, I'd go ahead and call it off now so you can get that third jam in for Bigfoot to come in the second half and not have to serve anymore. That's just me. I would call it off and call it timeout.
And Zora calls off the jam.
Wow.
And that's intermission.
That's going to take us to halftime. Go ahead, get you something to hydrate. We're going to get something to hydrate.
Oh, for sure.
All right, all right, all right. Check, check. Yes, we are live Thank you for watching. If you're at home on the stream watching, and I think a lot of you all are. Thank you so much for being here. This free stream provided by the Undead Stream Team, the best stream team in the whole wide world. 162 to 32, Concussion on top of Pittsburgh Roller Derby. The Concussion are wearing the white jerseys. The Pittsburgh Undead are wearing the black jerseys with the red trim. So stylish. Stylish. The Undead, you might say. First jam's going to feature Topher Griffith up against Zora. Topher Griffith going to grab lead jammer status coming out of the gate. Pittsburgh's going to lose a blocker to the skate free or die penalty box. That is number 66, Hebrew.
At the start of that jam, Concussion, taking the back of it, drop back instantly, catch that jammer. And quick start stash, and Zora has made the initial. Gopher goes none for you.
None for you. Did you shotgun that Pepsi?
Only half.
Okay.
Only half.
So you're halfway cut, maybe.
It's got to get to the bloodstream first.
I got you.
Doing better though.
Good.
And thank you to everyone watching at home, just letting us know, working on the audio issues and working on projecting more, and so that I am not quite such a NPR host to Johnny Pepper's bombastic delivery.
Bombastic. I love it. Guys, sir, with the cool socks is out front and lead. Shaggy with those nice blue socks gets called for a forearm going to the skate free or die penalty box. Geiser in a power jam
with two blockers in the penalty box. This is the opportunity.
This might be a dangerous jam. Ooh, big hit from Jackson. Jackson grabs a forearm. How many is that? That's the first time I've ever seen Jackson get a penalty, is what I was exclaiming about. Usually a penalty-free skater. Nice line work right there. As Geyser says, you know what? I'll just go ahead and call it. 16 points on the Concussion for that jam.
Smiles and high fives at the end of that jam.
That's what we like to see.
We've seen this matchup before. Grimes for Concussion, home record for the Undead. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The answer is 42, but then they had to build another computer to figure out what the question is.
I've got my toothbrush with me. I'm ready to go.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
The Battlefish. Grimes out front and lead.
Little confusion caused by Star Stash. Homewrecker able to make that initial pass. Grimes calls it up.
Grimes gets through with that pass really untouched. Just a little crossover to the inside and round and around we go.
Yesterday I was calling the hit it and quit it jams. I was calling that really is the bread and butter of roller derby these days.
The bread and butter. I was talking about butter yesterday, but I was talking about butter on Pop-Tarts.
You put butter on Pop-Tarts?
You put the Pop-Tart in the toaster, you take it out, and you put a pat of butter on it, and it melts. It's the most delightful thing you've ever had in your life.
Now, are you a frosted Pop-Tart loader? Or
yes, frosted cherry. Bigfoot grabbing that lead jammer status out front.
Riot battling that undead wall.
When you go home and try it, send me a friend request on Facebook. You'll dig it.
Well, growing up, frosted Pop-Tarts were a rarity here. And so I grew up on the blueberry and the strawberry unfrosted. And I have put butter on those before, and I'm just glad I'm not alone in that.
Yes.
Because I'll put butter on pretty much anything.
You know what? Absolutely. Big fan. My arteries, not so much, but me, big fan. Dangle Sauce donning that star for the Undead, going up against Topher Griffin. Griffin up on those toe stops, trying to get through that tripod that's in the front of the pack. Hurricane Heather, last line of defense, does have to left go.
Dangle Sauce makes his way out of it.
Concussion losing their super pivot to the skate free or die penalty box. That's go ahead.
I was just saying, Hilbert was just communicating to the blockers, keep moving, and just try to take a few seconds off those penalties.
Two concussion players in the skate free or die penalty box, which is going to mean eighth in pack in the start of jam number 6 of the second half once we get started in about 5 seconds. Zora the Jammer, record for the Undead. Guy Sir with the cool socks. Dancing, and 3.
Zora out of the pack. Guy Sir there had to play defense on the whistle there, preventing down 2 blockers, created his own opportunity to pick up lead jam.
I'll tell you one thing that the concussion do really, really well is make holes for their jammers.
Well, a jammer likes daylight. It doesn't necessarily want to make that daylight.
No. It's always best to have a little help. Guy Sir looks back. Coach says, let's call it. Let's get out of this one. Looks like we're going to have an official review early in the half for that. Thank you, Moose. We already got rosters for the next game. Isn't that cool?
It's very cool.
Thanks to our super NSO, Brother Moose there.
Yesterday, game 4, Moose strapped on the skates, was in the outside back rep, kept his bow tie on though.
The whole time. I don't think the bow tie was sweating. Even though I was told it was, I thought it was clean.
I can neither confirm nor deny, but
I might have to put my bow tie on a little later on. I brought one today. It's purple. It matches my suit. Well, somehow in that discussion, 3 points got added to the concussion, 6 to Pittsburgh. The concussion fill up their second bucket of points with 1 spilling over.
just a little extra.
Just some little extras.
Have a point, need a point, take a point, have a point, leave a point. And it helps if I talk into the microphone.
That is a fabulous jacket.
It's hard. I can't stop looking.
I know. It's got the orange, red, glittery, purple thing going on.
It changes with how the light's hitting it, how you're doing it. But I will say Paul needs to step up his sock game.
Yeah, the rest of the outfit a little bit lacking.
Yes. It has to be a whole ensemble.
Uh-oh. Watch out for that ghost walker.
Right.
You want to explain what happened there, Chuck?
I'll try.
Okay.
Okay, so Pittsburgh was looking for a more legal calling of a lead,
Yes.
and this the too long didn't read is that it was not found and they will not retain their official review.
Their dot went away.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, Grimes got lead,
still,
grabbed 4 points.
They're,
Went ahead and called it.
yeah, they're going for a captain's penalty there, saying not leading figuratively, but um, what the evidence showed is that the jammer was recycled and did in fact earn that lead jammer status. It only took me a moment to process what we were told.
That's all it is. and to sum it all up, good no call stance. And it will not be retained. That dot goes away. You only got 3 timeouts.
Home record for the Undead, the Riot for Concussion. Facing heavy opposition by both sets of blockers.
Undead's going to lose a blocker to the live free or die, skate free or die penalty box.
Now, the rumor yesterday is that the steel chairs in the penalty box were more comfortable than any other steel chair here. I think people are curious.
Well, the way players are going over there now, they might have free kittens or something over there.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice. Get a penalty pedicate.
Etiquette. There'd be a lot more penalties, I'll assure you. Let's pay some bills while we got this little stoppage of play. How about that?
Johnny Pepper.
Punk Rock Saves Lives. It's a music-driven nonprofit that focuses on wellness and equality. We attend events in and around the punk rock community where we engage in harm reduction with our harm reduction box. This box contains items that range from Band-Aids and period supplies to Narcan, drug testing strips, and emergency contraception. Our primary focus is assisting those interested in joining the National Bone Marrow Donation Registry to potentially provide life-saving treatment to people with blood cancers. Remember, punk rock saves lives. Go over there and talk to the fine people that are in here in the venue. If you're not here, log on to their website and check them out. They do good things.
Concussion star with 3 in the box. Trickstar is the last line of defense.
Wow. Both jammers exchanging pleasantries as they race back to the back.
Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you?
Yep. And just like that, a couple make their bail money in the skate free or die penalty box and rejoin all their friends on the track as that jam comes to a close.
Thank you guys for picking up 2 on that jam.
Nice. Guys, sir, with the beautiful green and polka dot socks.
Dangle socks, sand socks. Not sand socks, but sands.
Yes.
They could be ankle socks.
Yeah, they could be ankle socks in there. But whatever it is, guys are jumped out front. Power the socks.
Nice pick by Kate right there. They're letting dangle socks miss the pass. Quick 4 points by Guy Sering. Falls off the jam.
KY doing some things out there on the track. Getting in that most valuable blocker talk. Being one of us too, you know, that helps too. Gives you a couple of extra eyes on you, you know what I mean? If you've been watching the stream all weekend, feel free to let us know who you think MVP candidates ought to be. We'll take your considerations. Back to the action on the track. Grimes, jammer record for Concussion, jumps out front, grabs lead jammer status. Zora, the jammer record for the Undead, stuck behind that tripod of white shirts in the back of the pack. That's Trickster and Cougar Bay and Tarantula.
See Frank
And
there too.
that is a tripod I would not want to skate around for love or money. Pittsburgh's going to lose a blocker to the skate free or die penalty box. I didn't see what that infraction was. Grimes with a slow motion pirouette. comes through the pack with 4.
That was a trap cut on Grimes.
Full.
Very hard hit by Grimes on Jackson.
Ooh. Jackson actually took that hit and got called for a forearm. Just being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Grimes takes a derby kiss to the outfield from Pit Bulldozer. Recycles, gets back on the track, and makes quick work going through for another 4 points. We got a directional call, and we're going to lose 2 players to the escape free or die penalty box.
That was a forearm penalty on Frank Blood.
And that is a 24-point jam, 27-point jam for Grimes. That's going to tie for the second place of the biggest jam in the tournament.
So close to 20.
There was a 28-point jam in the first game of this tournament.
And that was a direction replay penalty on Hurricane Heather and forearm penalty on Rad.
This official timeout is brought to you by Clarity.
No.
Still got 17 minutes and 47 seconds left to go in this game. Do want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of y'all out there watching on this free stream. If you would, subscribe. That would be awesome. This official timeout is going to morph into gameplay. And the rights, where the star for the concussion goes right up the middle and grabs lead jammer status, crossing that pivot line. Shaggy the jammer record for the Undead. Takes a derby kiss from loose to the infield.
Shaggy has cleared the path.
And the right goes ahead and calls it off. Thank you to our awesome THA Pinky for bringing us some awesome high chews. Timeout called on the floor. This timeout brought to you by our good friends at
Pressure. Skate Free or Die. The Skate Free or Die is our penalty box sponsored for the event. Skate Free or Die is the Northeast's newest print, cut, and sew jersey manufacturer. They are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality, best fitted, correctly printed roller derby apparel in a very timely manner. Their team is always available to work with their customers to provide you exactly what you want and need. Visit them today at skatefreeordie.store or learn more about their create your own custom scrimmage jersey options. 2 lengths, not more.
Yeah. We just read what's on the paper. We're trying to figure out intent and make it right. And I hear you're wearing one of those right now.
I'm Ron Burke.
And that's the news.
And yes, I am. I have one of our Pasco Bay Roller Derby Park jerseys right on. Triple stitch, white fabric, the colors.
It's fabulous. All right, Bigfoot's going to join his friends out there on the track. Break check. And they're going to have a race back to the pack as they both clear on the initial. Bigfoot takes a spiel to the outfield, jumps back up, and is in pursuit of break check. Ooh. Both jammers call for an infraction. We're going to have a do-si-do. Break check gets up first. Bigfoot gets up second.
That was a backlot call on Bigfoot there and the brake check. Also a backlot.
Yes. They both committed bad blocks. Went to the bench. I mean, the escape for a die penalty box. And did 2 seconds. It got out.
Going to be a 2-minute jam.
With a minute left in it, Bigfoot gets 4 points. Brake check does as well. Bigfoot does cut through the pack for 4 more, as does brake check. We're skating back to the pack. The concussion locked down that defense. The concussion gets to set up a blocktopus there at the back of the pack that morphs into a 2-wall, a 3-wall.
Anytime you need one.
Yes. Those defenses hold for a little bit, not forever. Bigfoot does get through. Both jammers with 8 points in their pocket. Brake check's going to add another 4, as does Bigfoot. Looks like we got a dozen across the board. 254 to 51 with 15 minutes left to go in this contest. Jam number 14 is going to start in right now.
Right about now.
Who's out there on the track there, Chuck?
We got Bengal sauce for the Undead jam. Yeah, we have that was just look Topher Griffin. We have a screen that like tells us this information. And
Yeah.
When I'm trying to read a piece of paper, and then we hear it's called to speed up.
Uh-oh. And they do.
And welcome to today's U-Size exhibition, though.
Fast.
Zor for the Undead. Guy served for Concussion. Both sets of walls started in the front there. Guy served picks up the lead jam status.
Far out water delivery service here at Dawn of the Derby. Pinky taking care of us as always.
Zora being assessed a forearm penalty. This will give Concussion a collar jam. Breaking news. Barnyard Brewery's not here today from 1 o'clock to 3. Pizza cones. I had a pizza cone yesterday. I had the traditional pizza cone with the tomato sauce and mozzarella cheese. I will repeat today.
I got teased with a pizza cone yesterday and did not partake.
I wasn't the one that teased you, was I, Tony?
I don't know.
Because I ate it outside over at the trash can.
Was it good?
It was good.
I can't wait to.
I didn't get back.
I can't wait to try it.
With it.
Absolutely. So if you're here in the venue and you got the munchies, Barnyard Brew will be here from 1 to 3 today. Check them out. Ask them about their hog callings. They'd be glad to tell you a little story about that.
I didn't know hogs could use phone.
Only the smart ones. We'll That jam comes to an end. 16 points of the concussion. 274 to 53 with 11 and a half minutes to go in the contest.
Wasn't the pig on Green Acres Arnold Zippel?
Absolutely correct.
That is your dated cultural reference for the bout.
That's okay. I dig it.
As long as Johnny gets my jokes, that's all I can.
You know what? I'm here for that. And I'm just old enough to remember your jokes. Going into Jam 16. We got Grimes wearing the star for the concussion going up against Shaggy. Yes. We've been talking about it anyhow.
Yeah, we've been talking off air, but this year, MRDA champs are from October 10th through the 12th. They are being hosted by Concussion Roller Derby in Salem, Oregon.
Salem, Oregon. Circle that on your calendar now. Mine's already circled because my son's getting married that weekend.
In Salem, Oregon?
Nah, I wish he was getting married in Salem, Oregon. I'm trying to talk him into getting married in Salem, Oregon. Or at least take him for their honeymoon. So, I could sneak in Championship Sunday or something. I digress. Grimes with 12 points in the pocket. Puts 4 more up on the board for a total of 16. Grimes laying the hits and making it through. Picking up 4 more points. Still 41 seconds in this. Grimes can take the lead, but decides to go ahead and call it off. Take those 20 and go to the house. Yeah, Champs is going to be a fun time there in Oregon. Jam number 17 starts now. The Riot wearing the star for concussion home record, the jammer record for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh lose 2 blockers to escape for your die penalty box. Jackson and Pipple goes in.
And home record breaks free of the foul.
And the Riot says, I've seen enough of this, and calls it.
Oh, that will enable them to start with a coward start. 2 blockers in the penalty, escape for your die penalty box. Give break check a good opportunity.
Impact. For 2-pack advantage in favor of the concussion. Great check down in that star for the concussion going up against Bigfoot. Loose goes off to the escape for your die penalty box.
Yeah, that was on a multiplayer.
That's the one. Pittsburgh back up to full strength. Well, they were up to full strength.
Huge apex jump by break check there. Break check gets a signal from the coach, calls the job.
Emphatically kind of called it off. Watch me, I'm calling it off.
If you go by body language, it looked like break check wanted that to happen.
Wanted that to happen bad. I see some track maintenance happening, and that reminds me to thank our track maintenance crew. Thank you for all your hard work all tournament long. Can't say enough good things about the people keeping this track up.
The adhesive engineers have been right on top of it the whole weekend. That's thankless work. But here we are. Thank you, Ian.
Absolutely. Whoa. Danglesaw's called for an infraction. Is quick to report to the skate for your penalty box.
And that was a foreign penalty for Danglesaw's. First penalty of the game for Danglesaw's.
There's a lot of jostling for position in that back.
Ginger Jesus went to the penalty box on the direction you didn't play.
As that jam comes to an end. Concussion pickup, 8 points. We only got 5.5 minutes left to go in this contest. That just flew by us. I'm almost all sad. I only have one more game to announce.
I know, but there's only 3 games left in the event. I've got one more myself. Finally get to announce with Pinky. That'll be the time.
Absolutely.
Our next bout will be race over the dribbles. This is the Flower City roller derby. That'll be fun.
You're good, teacher. You're fine. We don't.
Okay. Guys, so the lead jam, Danglesaw's has made the mission. Some penalty trouble.
Just a little bit. But only one player in yellow for Pittsburgh.
Match with less than 5 minutes left in the game of only one player sitting on 5 penalties is really good.
Absolutely. Because it's been real chippy in this game.
And number 24 Bean is directing a gameplay penalty, first penalty of the game.
Still got 3 players with none in Pittsburgh. And 5.
5 for concussion. That's impressive.
That is impressive.
Clean living.
8 people that have not committed any infractions in this roller derby game.
At least none that they can make stick.
None that got called. And if it did get called, it didn't happen. 16 points for the concussion.
Now, this late in the game, would we be jinxing those people if we like let the crowd know who has no penalty?
That's totally up to you. I'm going to support. I'm going to support whatever decision you make. 5 seconds to call on the floor.
We decided that there was curses in their facts that come from announcers yesterday.
Yes, and facts are
Facts are
Grimes is out front and lead.
facts are on the track, and curses happen and everyone's off the track.
Trickster with some nice defense there.
Trickster's been an absolute menace this whole game.
Absolutely.
Like their work at the front of the pack and just holding the jammer. It's
But phenomenal.
spectacular.
Absolutely.
We have the Riot for Concussion and Shaggy for the Undead.
What were Raggy? 5 seconds to glory starts now. We got a direction call. 3 seconds into the jam.
And
That's showtime.
Yep, direction of game, gameplay penalty on Showtime. Shaggy has picked up lead. Jam, the Riot, looking to close the gap. Move their initial pass.
2 crossovers in there. Shaggy says that's enough. Beans with a tumble does jump back up though real quick.
Shaggy picks up 3 on that jam.
Minute 30 on the clock in what could be the last jam of the game.
Omer for the Undead. Break check for Concussion.
I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of y'all watching on this free stream presented by the Undead Stream Team.
I hear they're the best stream team in the game.
The best stream team in the whole wide world is what I say. And I say that because I'm on it. I'd also encourage everybody out in the audience that can hear my voice to visit all our lovely vendors out there. Buy a t-shirt from somebody. If you got some extra money, just drop it on the team. They'll appreciate it. A lot of people trying to fundraise to get to World Cup.
Trying to get to World Cup, just trying to, day-to-day operations, pay for practice space.
Absolutely.
Every bit helps.
And we hope to see you at Champs, Portland or Salem, Oregon, October 10th through the 12th, hosted by the Concussion Roller Derby.
So nice of them to put this on.
Absolutely. They're putting on a show for us right now.
They are.
Topher Griffith, the jammer record for the Concussion, going up against Bigfoot. Period clock has expired. Tommy Gunn, a.k.a. Ginger Jesus, to the skate free or die penalty box in the waning seconds of this jam. Jackson with another infraction, going to the skate free or die penalty box. And that jam gets called, and that is your unofficial final, 340 to 64. We'll wait for that one rolling whistle. Remember to send us your MVP picks. We'll take that under consideration.
The fans line up waiting to jump the barriers so they can collect them high five.
That's the rolling whistle that makes it final, 340 to 64. I am Johnny Pepper.
And I'm Truck Norris.
Wishing you peace, love, and roller derby.
Take care.